I run the exhibiting agency, and we're passionate and dedicated to helping people get really good results when they exhibit. And if you look around here, if you've traveled around today, you'll see that there's a lot of very creative stuff happening. But how do we measure it? How do we make sure that it's going to give you value for money? How do we make sure that you're going to get a return on investment, a return on objectives? That seems to be the big thing in the credit crunch time. So let me ask you to start with, how many of you exhibit? How many of you are involved in exhibiting? Hands really high. Great, so quite a lot of you. Thank you for coming. How many of you are happy with your results when you exhibit? Not quite as many. How many of you actually know what results you got? What value you added? Okay, about half of you. That's brilliant. I'm worried that too many people exhibit and they actually haven't found out what it's led to. And that can be sales, it can be leads, it can be brand profile raising, it can be simply gaining knowledge. You can be using exhibitions as a market intelligence vehicle. So for all those reasons, exhibitions are, in my view, the very best you can do in terms of building new relationships for long-term business. Okay, let me rattle through some of these. I would like to introduce you to exhibitology. Now, exhibitology is the practice, the formula for guaranteed exhibiting results. Can I have a show of hands who would like to go to their exhibitions and be guaranteed results? Come on, we can do it. There is a process if you want it. I'm in the business of showing you how to reduce your costs, increase your impact, and deliver measurable results. And that's what we're going to be talking about this afternoon. Now, I know it was promoted as how to find the right contractor. That is part of what we do. But it's not the be-all and end-all. It's not just about building the shell. It's not about building the wood and the timber and the metal. It's about the process. It's about the experience that you deliver, and it's about the impact and the memorability that happens on your stand. So, here goes. Let me refresh you as to what I believe are the 5 key benefits of trade shows. And we often forget these, but only trade shows, only exhibitions offer these 5 key benefits. Here we go. It is non-intrusive. If you come to visit a trade show and you're wandering down the aisle and I'm an exhibitor, you're fair game. I can approach you hopefully in a nice way, in a gentle way. I can find out very quickly from you what you want, but it is permission marketing. That's what trade shows are about. 2, you can conduct an awful lot of market research. You can look at people face to face. You can look them in the eyes. You can ask questions. You can get honest answers. And if you don't get any sales leads at all, but still you've collected an enormous amount of information, it's worth going to the show. People find it less difficult to lie to you face to face than they do over the phone. 3rd, it's personal. You can develop contacts which last a lifetime. Relationships are what long-term business is built on, long-term relationships. And I'm sure you can, as I can, count on my long-term customers who've been with me for years and years. It may have started at an exhibition. It doesn't very often happen through the glass screen of a PC or a laptop. 4, it's measurable. You can measure any aspect of exhibiting. You say to me, I want to raise my brand profile. That's one of the reasons I'm going. How do you do it? How do you know if you've done it? How do you know if the messages you put over will be reacted to? Okay, you can do it. You can run surveys. You can ask people as they come into the show, what stand are you going to visit? Unprompted. Have you thought of visiting the exhibiting agency or whatever it is? And then as people leave, you can ask another random selection, and you can find out whether you've hijacked the show, whether you've got your messages over. You can ask people as they leave your stand, what will they now do or stop doing as a result of your brand messages? So that's measurable too. But the final one is you're going to deliver a total experience of your organization, not just its products or its services, but its culture, its philosophy, its people, its priorities, its values. Have a look at this. What's happening on this stand? Ah, dear, oh dear. Now, to my way of thinking, the most damning thing about that picture is the lady on your left who is walking past the stand. She is not engaging with them. They are not engaging with her. And it gets worse because actually this company, and I hope they're not in the audience, but you're not here, are you? No, that's good. The worst thing about this is that the message is not being lived. The message on the pop-up says, unlock the power of your communications. One guy's on the cell phone, one guy's looking at his text, and one guy's out of it. And I say to you, are you living your brand or simply making an exhibition of yourself? Because if you look around some of the stands here today, you're going to find that a lot of people are not actually living the message. They're not authentic. And when you're at an exhibition, you're seen for everything you are. Every nuance, every bit of body language, every aspect of your company, your culture is on show. Needs rehearsing. It needs very properly constructing. Okay, what do you guys buy? You buy the visibles. You buy space, you buy sponsorship, and you buy services. And when you're doing your budgeting, and I'm talking about reducing costs and things, have a think about what the visible costs are, the visible costs of exhibiting, and more importantly, think about the invisible costs. Let's have a look at what you spend your money on. If you take a space, 6 meters by 3, 18 square meters, whatever it is, 5 by 4, 20 square meters, and it's cost you £300 a square meter, you know for a fact that that's £6,000 to start with. That's your starter. My view is you should multiply that by 4, if you're honest with yourselves, to get a true cost of that exhibition. So you're into £24,000, £25,000. And people say to me, I need a return on my investment for that. I need to know that I'm getting the £24,000, £25,000 back. And I say, that's rubbish. Who on earth wants to spend £1 to get £1 back? What you should be looking at is what return on investment it's giving you for your business plan, not just the space. That's a mug's game. But think about all these things that you spend your money on. And the most expensive and the most invisible is planning time. It's your people. It's maybe having your sales staff off the road. It's what are they doing that they, why are they at the exhibition when they actually could be on the road doing their thing? We had a client who had 10 reps on the stand. Normally, over 3 days, those 10 reps complete 150 sales calls. And those sales calls generate a lot of business. Instead, he had them at the exhibition. What I'm about to tell you is that actually the biggest saving you can make on your stand is not to have your reps, is not to have your own salespeople. The biggest saving you can make, and the thing that will move your process faster, is to employ professionals who will very quickly filter the people in the aisle, who will deliver a scripted presentation, and who will get you to the next stage where you can hand the lead to the salespeople. But salespeople actually are so passionate about their product, they will talk too much to a few people. They may not have the talent or the scripting or the rehearsal to speak less to more people. Your real job on the stand is to generate the next meeting, not to sell the product. You will never sell the product on the stand, not unless it's a B2C show where you're selling the fudge or the honey or whatever. Have a think about that. And I'm going to give you some more tips about where to save money. Leaflets, brochures, don't have them. Don't have them. We're chopping down forests. 90% never get to where they're meant to go to. And I'll talk about this in a bit more detail later on. Freebies, don't have them. Unless they are a reward for something that somebody has given you, like information. That's where you can save money, fortunes of money. And your own salespeople in accommodation, drinking, eating, I question, I challenge you as to whether that's the best use of their time or your money. Okay, let's move on. You must know what exactly you want to achieve, and I mean in numbers. I don't just mean, well, we'd like to get some new business. How much new business does your business plan demand? Where are you going to find it? And if you know your goals, look at the top of this process. If you adopt the process that we're going to share with you, the exhibitology process, you will be able to measure your results. And if it's working for you, let's look for the next exhibition. Let's do more of it.